If you are looking for the best hero to counter Zarya in Overwatch 2's Total Mayhem, you've come to the right place. We all know that she spams her ability and eats bullets and cannot be killed, so we have to find a way to move her out of the way instead. I'm going to look at the heroes that you might think might do that, and we're going to have a look-see and think who probably will work best. So we're going to start with JunkRat. We're going to look at JunkRat because of his mine. People will think he's got those mines, right? Those mines are good for bouncing people out of the way. Well, how well will they work against Zarya and her bubble? Let's have a look. As you can see, we can surround Zarya with mines, and when she's got a bubble going, we can pop those mines, and it does nothing. Same with the trap doesn't do anything unless she goes and runs in it, but even then the bubble stays active. So although JunkRat looks like a good idea, he's actually pretty useless when that bubble is activated. Next up we've got Sigma. Now when we're using Sigma and you're using his normal weaponry, nothing happens against that bubble. It is still something that Zarya can put up and it will stop you. Sigma's best strength is in his ultimate. Now this is just a vertical lift and drop, but it does move her out of the way for a brief second to get that point moving a little bit. This might be handy if you're just after that last little bit to get the win. Winston might be another good choice. This great ape can fly through the air and slam down on top of opponents, but as you see, nothing happens. Same with his normal weapons, again, totally and utterly no problem for the bubble whatsoever. With Winston, his best shot is using his ultimate ability. This gives him some rage and this will allow him to beat Zarya around. This is so far the most effective that we've got to move her off the point and keep her moving out of the way. You can knock her back real far with the time limit that you've got, and that will buy your team plenty of time. Rocking a little bit of Wrecking Ball next, and the same idea goes here as what we just had with Winston. We're going to be trying to use that grapple to give us some power to give her a little bit of a nudge along. As you can see, it works. The only problem with Wrecking Ball is it doesn't have like a consistent knock. So once you've grappled and bumped into her once, you then won't continue to bump her along in a straight line. Also, dropping down on top of her does absolutely nothing at all. So if you're just looking for a one-time nudge, Wrecking Ball is a pretty good shout, especially in Total Mayhem because you can keep popping his shield and he too is pretty much invincible. If you need to move something out of the way using brute force, DoomFist is probably the go-to character. His normal jump 2 doesn't do anything, as does his normal primary fire. However, that little charge up fist that you've got will do some damage. It'll get this woman moved out of your way and off that point real simply, and you don't always have to just fully charge the fist. You will be able to just click that fist and spam that fist and it'll get moved. The only problem that you will have with DoomFist, when you are clicking to nudge continuously like I'm doing here, obviously the player who's playing Zarya will be able to just walk away. But DoomFist so far is your best bet. Finally we have the man with the big hammer, Reinhardt. As you see, his normal abilities don't do an awful lot, but he has this charge slam. This is probably super useful as it will get you the furthest away in one shot and she cannot move out of the way of it once caught. Using the hammer will obviously nudge her a little bit. This won't do an awful lot of help for you, but it might just move her into a better position where you can charge and slam her. What we noticed here was, during that slam, that pin, she wasn't actually able to activate the second bubble. The second bubble only become activated once we'd hit the wall. The only downside to this was, if we got in a position where we could charge the whole length, and eventually the charge ran out and we didn't hit anything, well then you've just got a Zarya that's in a different position. But that's exactly what you're trying to achieve. You move her out of the way. As a result of all this little thing that we've got going on here, I think it's safe to say that Reinhardt is probably your #1 choice due to the fact that she cannot escape him. Once she's grabbed in that pin, she's yours. Just hope there's nothing in your way too soon, else you're not going to move very far. If you found this video at all helpful, please do not forget to tickle that subscribe button and drop us a like. I really appreciate it.